Every year, as winter fades, the town of Khatu in Rajasthan grows from a population of 5,000 to nearly 2 million. This is the Falguna Mela, a massive, temporary human sea that forms in the desert over just a few days. The most recognizable part of this event is the Nishan Yatra. Devotees carry these triangular flags, called nishans, to symbolize a total surrender of their personal status. It is a public signal that the walker is putting aside their pride to approach the temple as a humble seeker. For some, the commitment goes further. In a ritual known as the Dandati Yatra, pilgrims abandon walking entirely, instead dragging their bodies across the earth for miles to deliver their flags, a grueling physical testament to their devotion. To manage this staggering volume of people, the government has launched the Swadesh Darshan 2.0 Khatu Shyam corridor. It is an 87.87 crore rupee infrastructure project designed to restructure the town's entire layout for the safety of these millions. This creates a strange contrast. On one side, we have world-class modern engineering, and on the other, an ancient deity whose primary appeal is a single powerful title, the savior of the defeated. This deity began as a warrior named Barbarika, the grandson of the Pandava hero Bhima. Trained in the mystic arts by his mother, Morvi, he was raised to be an invincible archer, capable of ending any conflict in seconds. He carried only 3 arrows, but they functioned like a targeted weapon system. The first arrow marked everything he intended to destroy, the second marked what he intended to save, and the third executed the targets with absolute precision before returning to his quiver. As the great Mahabharata war loomed, Barbarika set out to join the fight. But before he left, he made a binding vow to his mother. If he used his weapons, he would only fight for whichever side was losing at that moment. Lord Krishna, the strategist of the war, realized that this noble vow actually created a catastrophic paradox. The math was devastating. If Barbarika joined the weaker side, his power would instantly make them the winners. He would then be bound by his vow to switch sides and destroy his former allies. This cycle would repeat until both armies were completely annihilated. Barbarika's vow, though meant as an act of chivalry, had effectively transformed him into a threat that could end the universe itself. To test this power, Krishna intercepted Barbarika while disguised as a Brahmin. He challenged the young warrior to a simple task: use a single arrow to pierce every leaf on a massive peepal tree. Barbarika fired. The arrow splintered into thousands of points of light, moving at impossible speeds, marking every single leaf with a tiny hole. Krishna had secretly hidden one leaf under his foot, but the arrow did not miss. It descended from the canopy and hovered directly over Krishna's foot, proving its ability to find and strike its target, regardless of where it was hidden. Recognizing the danger Barbarika posed to the survival of the world, Krishna revealed the price of the war's success. He demanded the ultimate charity from the warrior, his own head. Upon seeing Krishna's true cosmic form, Barbarika realized the divine necessity of the request. Without hesitation, he drew his sword and decapitated himself, offering his head as a sacrifice for the preservation of Dharma. By surrendering his life and his unmatched power for the sake of the universe, Barbarika moved beyond the role of a warrior. He had traded his physical head for a spiritual throne. At Barbarika's final request, Krishna placed his severed living head on a high hill overlooking the Kurukshetra battlefield. From there, he became the only neutral witness to every moment of the 18-day war. After the victory, when the Pandava brothers began to boast about their individual prowess, the head of Barbarika stopped them. He told them that he saw no individual heroics, only the divine will of Krishna and the power of Mahakali moving across the field. According to the local tradition, that head was eventually buried and remained hidden until the current era, when it was rediscovered in the village of Khatu. This site became the center of a faith that grew steadily over the centuries. But the temple's history is also marked by mortal struggle. In August 1779, a Mughal commander named Murtaza Khan Badech marched on Khatu with 52,000 troops, intent on looting the region and destroying the shrine. Local Rajput warriors, despite being vastly outnumbered, fought a desperate battle to protect the temple. They charged directly into the Mughal artillery, suffering heavy casualties but eventually killing the commander and forcing the massive army to retreat. These warriors gave their lives to protect the sanctuary of a deity who, in his own time, had sacrificed everything to protect the balance of the world. In our current era, often defined by economic struggle and high levels of psychological stress, the concept of a savior of the defeated has found a massive audience. For millions of people, Khatu Shyam serves as a final, reliable support system when all other options fail. This deep reliance translates into immense physical pressure. The temple courtyards are often filled to capacity with devotees whose raised hands signal their hope for intervention in their personal struggles. This is why the new Khatu Shyam corridor is being built. It is a massive reconstruction of the town's core, modeled after high-capacity religious sites like the Kashi Vishwanath Dham. The project uses logistical planning to replace chaotic bottlenecks with organized zigzag queues. This allows the town to safely funnel millions of people toward the central sanctum without the risk of overcrowding. To achieve this, the bustling town streets must be carefully adapted. Motorbikes, rickshaws, and local shops are being integrated into a new, high-efficiency network designed to handle an ever-increasing influx of faith. Ultimately, Khatu Shyam Baba's story teaches that true power is not found in invincible weapons, but in the willingness to sacrifice oneself for others. In doing so, he became a permanent refuge for anyone who feels they have nowhere else to turn.